Welcome everyone for today's masterclass in Introduction to Mantras for Balance, and specifically for balance for the sun and moon energy. Today is a new moon. A new moon is a new beginning. As the full moon wanes, we let go of the past, and then the new moon is like the blank slate. It's the darkest time of the month. The moon is, you can't see the moon at the new moon, but it is a new position for the moon and a new beginning for what is next for us. And the reason I decided to do this class is just to fill in gaps around mantras, so that you can understand more deeply the structure of the mantras that I love to use, and just to feel into the energy of the mantra for a few minutes before you start saying them. So I'm going to do my screen share now, just to give us something like a structure to work with today. That's just my opening. So today, we're going to talk about the So my favorite way to spell the especially for beginners, is in 3 letters, A-U-M. And these are the 3 opening mantras that minimum that I like to do before starting any mantra practice, and we'll be using these later in the second half of our class, when we'll do kind of a full 20-minute mantra session. Ancestrai Nama, as you can probably guess, is for our ancestors, and when I'm doing mantras, I'd love to invite in divine energy. And we have people in our ancestral line that are close to us, and that they love us and they wish us well. And we sometimes rarely acknowledge that we have supportive energy from our family that may have passed, or even in the present time. Sometimes we'll feel energy from our grandparents, even if they're alive. And the third mantra that is part of the opening sequence is Om Gang Gana Bate Namaha, which is a mantra for Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh is the elephant deity. And Lord Ganesh's energy, if you can think of an elephant, moves things out of its path and helps us to have a clear path ahead. So those are our 3 opening mantras that we will do when we start our practice later. The Gang, if you can see the NG there, that's a good part of the word to focus in on, Gang, and you'll feel your tongue in a kind of an up position at the back of the throat. Gana Bate, normally spelled in one word, but what I've done is I've divided it just to show it to you guys more clearly. Gana Bate Namaha. So I'd like to do these 3 in a moment, but before we do, I'd like to just break down the a little more for you. Hang on, yes. So the is the sound is the essence of the supreme absolute consciousness, or the cosmic world. So it's almost like it is the infinity around us. And mostly I always think of the as the highest vibrational energy. It's a very high, very pure light energy. And that light energy is something that when we connect with it, we feel supported by it. And we can actually fill our human form with more light, by consciously imagining that moving through our bodies vibrationally. And from that point of filling ourselves up with the word and the sound of the word what can happen is it overflows to where it's needed for our intentions, for our friends and family, for the world. So to me, when we do the I'm going to suggest that you imagine filling yourself with almost like you're filling a glass with water. So the water is pouring into you, the is pouring into you, filling your feet, filling your body. And when we say if we can imagine it in 3 parts with the that is really going to actually, it encompasses the circle of life almost. It's a very complete sound. It's creation in the opening, It's, working with, dealing with life, through the oh, you know, the and then the is actually you feel your lips closing. And to me, that is, and what the significance of that is that it actually is like finishing something. So you've got the full cycle there. So when we're using the word and we're using the mantra and we're repeating the sound, you don't need to think about all of this all the time. No, sometimes you can just feel the vibration. Sometimes you'll just imagine the sound moving through your body. But when our mind is overly active, having this understanding of this meaning behind the and the three parts of the can help us stay focused. So it can help with the concentration of the So we're going to do just 1 minute of right now to try it out. Some of you are very familiar probably with doing an and when we do it together, so I'm going to be using my voice and you guys are going to be muted. So you guys will hear me and only your own voices. If your voice is crackly, if you don't like your voice, if it sounds like you're picking the wrong level, it's the wrong pitch or something, don't worry about that at all. Even if you say it, like you're just speaking it, that is something. The main thing is that the vibration of your voice is creating energy of sound around you and in the room that you're in. And that is bringing divine light into the space around you. So allow my voice and your voice to join together. It's only going to be for 1 minute. And we're going to start it right now. As I said to some of you earlier, we will do a full mantra practice at the end, but I wanted to do everything slowly today. So I'm timing it on my phone, okay? So we'll hear a little alarm in a second. So like I said, imagine pulling it down towards your feet first and filling your body. Off we go. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Imagine the vibration filling your body. And that was 1 minute. That was easy. That wasn't too long, was it? We could all do 1 minute ums. And it's like, what? I could go for longer. Well, I definitely would be like, oh, keep going. I find it easy enough to do about 5 minutes of ums. Like if I start 5 minutes will feel very natural. So maybe you'll get to that as well soon. So the next part of mantras that I wanted to mention to you is this word namaha. So might have heard of the word namaste. I bow to the divine in you. And namaha is simply, I honor you. So a lot of the mantras that we do have the at the beginning and the namaha at the end. So let me see if I can go back on this. Let me see here. I don't know how to go back. Oh, I only know how to go forward. So, here we go. So here in the opening mantras, we have Ancestrai Namaha. So the highest divine light, ancestral energy, we honor you, we bow to you. Okay, so it's as simple as that. We don't always need to break down every mantra into its small parts and understand each section. But for some of us, it can be useful because it kind of makes you feel a bit more at ease about what you're saying. It's not some weird voodoo, and the main reason that I love these mantras is because I've connected with the energy of this divine energy through these mantras, and I felt supported and very safe with those. So the ones that I'm giving to you are ones that I've used for many, many years. I feel very safe using them. I feel divine light, the purest form of divine light, working through them. And I feel very confident giving them to others that it will bring only divine energy in. Okay. The third opening mantra, Om Gang Ganapate Namaha, is for Lord Ganesh. And you've got the Om at the beginning, and we bow to you, we honor you at the end. Okay, so that's just the brief, that's what that means, so that you understand why we're doing this Namaha. There is one mantra I mentioned later that uses the word Nama, N-A-M-A, which is a shorthand for Namaha. So, okay. Everyone following so far? That's me meditating in Sedona. What I'd like to talk about next is mudras. So mudras are hand positions, okay? So here you can just see palm up hand position, very, very simple. So the two that I'd like us to work on today, one of them is palms together, like I'm praying in Catholic Church, doing my Hail Marys, this is something that's used in many spiritual traditions. Why do we do this, and what's the benefit of it is the interesting thing. So in the bottom point there, it says that the thumb is space, the index finger is air, middle finger fire, ring finger water, and pinky finger earth. But to me, even if we think of the reflexology points of the hands, a lot of us understand that reflexology, that there are points and nerves that come from different parts of our bodies, and they end in our extremities, in our hands and in our feet. So when we keep our hands together like that, we're connecting the left and right side of the body with this one, which is very important, I think, from the left and right side of the brain coming together and feeling that connection, that wholeness, completeness, because we often end up focusing more on logic or getting very emotional. Sometimes there's this imbalance. And today, one of the things I wanted to mention was how, working with the sun and moon mantras creates that balance, because we want that balance between the mind and the emotions. So this one we use with the word namaste. So if you're thinking, I see you, it's like, I see the divine in you. Namaste. So let's start with that today. Namaste. And the second mudra that I'd like to suggest that we try is thumb to index finger. So it's the tips of your thumb and index finger coming together. And this can be done, and you keep your fingers extended lightly. This can be done either with your palms up or your palms down. So if you put your hands on your lap, try it with the palms down first. And we're just going to breathe. This is a really good mantra for grounding, or mudra for grounding. So just notice as you receive and release your breath. Just notice your breath while you're doing the mudra. This is easy because it keeps those fingers straight that need to stay a little straighter. And as we're here, let's just relax our bellies a little. Notice your shoulders and see if you can release them. Allow your face muscles to relax a little. Beautiful. Good. And now try bringing your palms upward. So on your lap again. This will feel a little bit more energized because it's upward energy instead of downward energy. So just notice that. Noticing the breath, just focusing on that feeling of the air being moved through your body, inward and outward. And see if holding your hands in this particular prayer position creates an energy with you that you notice. You may not notice anything, or you may notice something. Beautiful. Perfect. So let me move on a little bit. You can hold your mudra if you want. If you want to keep your concentration for the rest of the class, you're welcome to hold on to that. So I'm just showing this image because these are the beads that we use for mantra. And this particular style of bead is a Rudraksh bead, and it is related to Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of kind of releasing the past. And these beads are very rough. They've got 5 sides, and they're like the 5 faces of Shiva. And we use them in a specific way, and it keeps you very focused. So to me, the beads have been essential for me beginning my mantra practice. And I would love to actually, if anyone decides to join one of my classes at the end of this today, I'm going to give it one set of beads to someone as a gift. I'll send it to them wherever they are. So depending on if you join one of my groups that I'm going to be recommending at the end. Okay. So moon mantra, we will be doing a few of these. We'll do a minute of it now, and then come back to it a little bit later. So Chandra, so is the word for the moon. And Chandra, in the Hindu and Vedic tradition, there is a whole storybook about Lord Chandra. You can find out all of the different things that Chandra got up to, who stole Chandra from the sky, and all of the different dynamics. And that's the one great thing about the Vedic tradition, is that it helps you to understand the energy of the moon because of all of the stories. It governs our state of mind, in particular our emotions, our intuition, and some of the way that we think. Okay. The Chandra is also related to Lord Shiva. So when we're letting go of the past, we're letting go of energies that we no longer need. Chandra helps with that, and Lord Shiva is kind of a really nice complement to Chandra's energy as well. And the mantra to Lord Shiva is Om Namah Shivaya, and that is one that has the Nama, so it's very similar to the Namaha. Okay, let's try Om Chandraya Namaha for 1 minute, and we'll come back to it for longer later. You ready for this one? Good. Om Chandraya Namaha. 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 That was 1 minute. Very good. So with this one, we can focus on water as well, because the moon is associated with water. So the main thing with any mantra is to stay in it, rather than, and when the mind moves away, which it will, we can't control that, but we bring it back. Okay. So the next mantra is the one for the sun. There we go. So similar structure, Om and Namaha at the end. Om Suryaya Namaha. Surya is the sun. The extra YA at the end is in it for it's like because it's in a sentence kind of thing. Surya and then Suryaya Namaha. The sun energy is our soul's energy, and Surya is the supreme soul. And so when we're acknowledging the sun, we're asking to bring more light and warmth into our own lives. And Surya helps us to realize our soul purpose, and it helps with that creation of abundance. So we need that balance in our emotions. We need the balance of the moon energy, but we also need the sun energy as well. So it's like, I love this one phrase, trust your heart, but take your brain with you. You know, it's like you need a little bit of both ends of the spectrum. And we need to be focused and logical. We also need to allow our intuition to help us. So this is where balance comes in when we bring the sun energy in as well. There is a lovely series of mantras for the sun salutation in yoga. So if you do that sun salutation all the way up, all the way down, and the cobra, there are specific mantras for that I really like, and I use them when I do, well, most of the time when I do my sun salutation. So that can be something that you may like to investigate yourselves. Let's try our 1 minute of our sun mantra. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Imagine the warmth of the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. 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 That's it. Beautiful. So before we go on to some of my last slides, we're going to come out of the screen share and see if anyone has any questions. Everyone good? If that is the case, we're going to do a good 20 minutes of mantra together. Okay. This is where you'll build up this energy and you'll feel that vibration really building with you. We're going to start with the Om. We'll probably do a minute or 5 minutes of that. We'll do the Om Ancestraya Namaha to bring in the ancestors, and I'll also be inviting our guardian angels, our spirit guides, and those kinds of energies in. Okay. And then we'll be doing the Om Gang Ganapate Namaha. And I'll put the slide back up so that if you need that, it'll be there. And the Gang Ganapate Namaha, we're thinking of like a light at the end of a tunnel, or, you know, the pathway becoming clear. And then we will move on to our Om Chandrai Namaha, Om Suryaya Namaha, the two mantras for today's session. At the end, we'll do a final Om and complete our session with that. So keeping in mind our intentions for today, for adventure, for an exploration of financial understanding and wisdom and competence, calmness and peace we've asked for, and very importantly, because of the new moon, for energy and vitality for new beginnings today. Okay, so we're going to just go into a relaxed position. If you have a cushion behind you and if you can sit comfortably in an upright position, that would be quite good. Head over heart, heart over hips. And there's no need to be pulled into a very tight position. Try and find something that feels aligned and comfortable, as well as kind of keeping your heart chakra open. And we'll try and move into the practice with our body feeling at ease rather than stressed or anything like that. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go back to the screen share and I'm going to put up the opening mantras again. Here we go, starting with Om. And just before we start, let's just close our eyes and tune into our physical form. Noticing your feet on the ground, wiggling those toes a little. Acknowledging the energy of your feet. Acknowledging your connection to Mother Earth, your connection to the ground. And as you breathe in, you might like to try breathing in through your feet, breathing up into the body. feeling really connected to the earth. And this feeling of heaviness, of being pulled toward Mother Earth, the feeling of gravity, is also Mother Earth's way of loving us, of holding us close to her. So just feeling that your connection to your chair is Mother Earth's embrace, her hug. As you breathe in through your feet, feeling this energy of Mother. And allowing your belly to relax into that, your shoulders, your face muscles. And we're just going to thank our feet. Thank you, I love you. Thanking our lower legs, calf muscles, all the way up to the knees. Thank you, I love you. Both sides. Thank you, I love you. Coming up your thighs toward your hips. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of both sides of the body, left and right, right and left. Thinking of your hips, your hip bones, your lower belly. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of your upper belly, your digestive system, your waist, all the way around, front and back. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of your backbone from your tailbone all the way up, 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 up towards your skull, your shoulders. Thinking of those vertebrae. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And then coming around your rib cage, under your armpits, towards the front of your body, thanking your rib cage. Thank you, I love you. Protects you and holds you. Thinking of your internal organs now, your stomach, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, spleen, kidneys. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And remember, your organs and your body loves you back, because look at how well it serves you, how tirelessly it works to keep everything working perfectly within you, almost all of the time, working so, so well. Moving up to your lungs and your heart. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Up to your shoulders. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of your right arm and your left arm. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of your right hand and your left hand. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Coming back to your throat and jaw. Thank you, I love you. Thinking of your face, this part of you that shows who you are to the world, the part that people recognize. Just thank your face for its service to you. Thank you, I love you. And allowing your cheeks and your eyelids to feel relaxed, allowing your brows and forehead to relax. Thank you, I love you. Just giving your face a break from being on all the time. And then thinking of your scalp, your hairline, your skull, and your brain. Thank you, I love you. And now we've asked for balance today. We're asking for balance in all things. And our left and right brain are like twins in the womb that love each other. And they cozy up together and they cuddle each other and they love working together. So just imagining that left and right sides of your brain are just so happy to be with you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And your ears, left and right side of your ears. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Beautiful. We're going to imagine now that the moon energy is above your head. And as you breathe in, we're going to breathe in the light of the moon, this beautiful bright light. Beautiful. And now we're coming into this new moon phase. Imagine a dark moon, an empty moon, a new slate, a blank page moon. And just breathe that in for a moment. Feeling into this potential. Feeling how different that feels. Sometimes it can be an anxious feeling, but just breathing in potential. Where nothing is certain, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Beautiful. And to create something of nothing, we need our soul's energy. So now imagining the sun above your head, a beautiful, bright, beaming sun. It's like a big beach ball over your head, and you can feel the warmth. And if you look up, internally under your eyelids, you'll almost see that glow. And as you breathe in, pulling the sun's energy into you and feeling this vibration of creation, potential. Beautiful. And coming to our mantras now, the in 3 parts, AUM, and pulling that vibration in towards your body. Om. Just really feeling into the today, into the opening, because this is what we're focusing on with the new moon, is new beginnings. Really feel the Om. 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 Feel the vibration in your belly, in your legs. Om. Fill yourself up with it. Om. 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 Notice your breath for a moment in between. Feeling your body receiving and releasing your breath. And I'd like to invite the divine beings of the places that we are, our divine ancestors that walk in the light, our well-wishers in spirit, our guardian angels, our guides. Be with us if you are willing and wish to be here. I also would like to ask, Archangel Michael, the protector, to be with us at this time where new things are starting, where we may be a little unsure of what's coming. We ask Archangel Michael to watch our backs and keep us safe. So for our ancestors, Om Ancestrai Namaha. 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 Breathing for a moment here. The next mantra is for Lord Ganesh, the elephant energy, clearing the path in front of you. Om Gang Ganabate Namaha. 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 Keeping your eyes closed for a moment and breathe, just receiving and releasing your breath. So coming back to our mudras with our hands, just check if you've released your mudra. Sometimes we relax and we forget. So for the moon mudra, I'm going to suggest that we do the palms together mudra. Okay. So this is, I always feel this connects me to my heart. And it also obviously helps with connecting the right and left side of the body and the brain. Om Chandraya Namaha. So try and hold this position for the next couple of minutes with your hands. And we're just saying, hey, Moon, we know you're affecting our lives. We see you moving in the sky. We know that you have an energy, that you affect the water in our bodies, the water of the tides. And we appreciate you and we honor you. And we ask for grace and we ask for your blessings. Bring ease into our minds, help our thoughts be calm, our emotions be balanced, and help us be connected with our intuition. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Really press your hands together. Om Chandraya Namaha. Let your voice fill the room. Om Chandraya Namaha. 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 Beautiful. And we just ask that the moon blesses our new endeavors, our new beginnings. Just notice your breath for a moment or two. You can relax your hands down. We're going to do the other mudra for the sun, bringing your thumb and index finger together and either leaving your palms facing down or facing up. If you feel you're not grounded right now and you're a bit all over the place, bring the palms down. If you feel pretty grounded and you want to be more energized, palms up. Om Suryaya Namaha. 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 Noticing your breath again. Notice any change in your feeling on your body. Any extra feelings of peace or focus. And coming back to to complete our practice. We'll do just 3 ums here, nice and sweetly. Beautiful. Notice your breath again for a moment or two as this energy integrates and settles. And we ask to feel protected and safe as we step into our new explorations, our new challenges, our new adventures in life. And acknowledging that we may need to learn something new in order to change. So ask for guidance on what needs to change, what we need to learn, what we might need to accept about ourselves, what we may need to believe. Why is it becoming easier to believe in ourselves and trust? Just allowing yourself to feel hopeful. That things are working out for the best with your input and your loving attention to all that needs attending to in your life. Beautiful. To come out of our practice today, keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands into prayer position again. Palms together. Namaste. The light in me acknowledges the light of each of you. Thank you. And then rubbing your hands briskly together to create some heat. Rubbing those reflexology points together. Energizing the body. Covering your eyes with your hands. Breathing here. Sealing that energy in, and then tapping your head and shoulders, chest, tummy, and legs coming back into the room. Beautiful. And there's just a couple of things I wanted to share with you before we finish up. And that is my advice for the future is to start your 1 minute of ums morning and evening. And I'd like you to invite you to join my mantra program. And this is also a picture of me in India. I thought you can see that I'm a little bit weary and tired, but very happy while I was there. And this is the offers that I have right now. 3 1-to-1 sessions for $175. And then I do 2 group classes every week, 2 mantra classes a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And it's €80 per month. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. And I also offer those as recordings. So if anyone's interested in that, the first person to sign up for something, I'm going to send them a set of mudra beads wherever you may be. And I look forward to hopefully welcoming you into the mantra classes with me. So thank you for joining me. We will come off mute if anyone has any questions. So if you have any question, you're very welcome to ask. Desmond?
I've no questions, but I'm sorry I have to leave now. So I want to say thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye for now. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Anyone, any questions about the practice? Gilberto?
No questions. That was beautiful. I've done ohms before. I mean, I've been doing it for probably 40, 50 years because I've always been involved with some spiritual, but I had never taken a class of doing something that seems so simple, which is just to make the sounds. And I'm glad I did it. And also something that I am noticing is the similarities between the pronunciation of the vowels in Spanish and the Indian pronunciation, which is the one that you're doing. Because in English, the A can be so many things.
Yes.
For
But
instance,
the
C.
language of the mantras is Sanskrit. So it's a very ancient language that many other languages have developed from. So it's thousands and thousands of years old. It's not a spoken language anymore. And you'll find that in India, people do pronounce it sometimes, you know, depending on your accent, people will have slight variations in the pronunciations. But the classes that because I've studied languages before and I've taken classes in Sanskrit, I do my very best to get the pure syllable each time and to pronounce everything very clearly. Because there is a story even in the Hindu tradition of a demon that tries to use a mantra against everyone, and it didn't work because you didn't pronounce it properly. But I believe that the mantras have an energy when your heart is pure. It doesn't matter so much if you get a little bit of the pronunciation incorrect, but it is something that I feel helps us to focus the mind on the mantra is when you can hear each syllable and you can pronounce it as clearly as possible.
Yes. I've been following a guy from Argentina. His name is Matias de Stefano, and Matias introduces the what is it? It's the Atlantean alphabet. And the vowels there are very much like in Spanish, which an A is always an A, an E is always an E, an I is always an I, an O is an O, and a U is a U. It never changes. Doesn't matter which word you use, it's always the same. And something I've done for some classes I give to get students into a trance state, I just have them, let's just do the A and put your attention up here. And then just let's do the U, but put our attention below, down by the knees. And that's what Matias teaches. He just does the vowels, and he tells you where to send your attention. And I've been trying that with some of my movement clients. I give movement lessons, and they love it.
That's great.
It helps them get in. And we're not doing any of what you've done, which is to concentrate on intention and all of that, which is something that is, of course, it's beautiful. It's an additional thing.
It's wonderful. So the vowels all have different meanings, and there are lots of short versions of the seed sounds, and so I'm very glad that you're exploring that. The chakras as well are associated with different seed sounds and things like that. So there's so much more to explore when we look into it. But the key for mantra is using your own voice and creating a vibration around your body and within your body, including this vibration. The vibration of sound can move through walls. We can hear people behind walls with sound. So sound is a very fine energy. It's like, like a laser, like sometimes a laser beam can do surgery. That I would feel that sound has the potential to be very, very healing. And I would suggest that any of you who haven't used it much before, to start with and to really feel into that vibration within your body. And I'd like to thank everyone who's joined me live. So I really appreciate you all. And we'll finish the recording now. I'll stay on for an extra couple of minutes in case anyone has any questions about the program. And but I would like to thank everyone for being here. And really, when more than one person does it together, it does have an extra there's a little bit of extra energy for all of us in that. So your energy has been connecting with me, and I appreciate that value in that as well. So thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions following, please contact me and I will be here for you.